teachers are on the front line of educating our children.
We must ensure that a highly effective teacher engages students in every classroom with a highly effective principal in each school.
To do so, professional development must be specifically designed to cater to the needs of each teacher.
Taking into consideration experience and cultural awareness and using models of preparation used in highly successful schools and other districts.
The people on the front line, the teachers and the administrators. And one of the things that they said needs to happen, because Newark is notorious for rolling out programs, but the problem is it's often too many programs. So the recommendation, data-driven educational priorities need to be established that are clear, focused, and limited. Nobody can work on 100 things.
I teach at a school that I guess has been forgotten and slipped through the cracks. Many of the resources that are available at our counterparts in other parts of the city, those resources, we don't have at our school.
What school?
15th Avenue School. When I hear about all these changes and Superman and the teachers at our school, when you talk about merit pay, and the teachers at our school having conversation, we deserve the merit pay because we're the soldiers. We're in the trenches. We don't have the lowest test scores because we roll up our sleeves and we do what we have to do, and we're a parent to the children when we need to be a parent, and that happens a lot, and we are whatever we need to do. We started the school year this year with no supplies that had been ordered for us. Nothing. With a new principal, we had nothing. But we did it anyway because we were determined. But you hear about all this money, okay? And it sounds wonderful because I have teacher friends contacting me from all over the country. Yay, Newark, you guys do it, Cory Booker. But the truth of the matter is, we exist in a system where we fell through the cracks a couple of years ago. And we're still struggling to keep our head above water. But what about the schools like the one I'm in, where we have the ability only because the teachers are dedicated and committed, but we have nothing else that we can pull onto to pull us into the mix. Where can you refer us? Because we're willing. We just don't have the resources and we're not connected to a source that can really help us.
Teachers teach people. The tool is content, but it's people. So we have to always design and focus on priorities that address the needs of the students as well as the community.
Students complain that they are bored and that teachers do not have great expectations.
Like, you have the teacher that tends to give you a lot of work and tell you this is what you're gonna, they're gonna give to you in college. You had a teacher that just be like, oh, here's a worksheet, finish it, put it in the bin, and that's it.
So some teachers actually prepare you for college by letting you know, this work that I'm giving you, I know it's a lot of work, but this is the amount of work that you will have in college, and I'm only trying to help you.
And other teachers just there just because they're gonna get their money if they just sit there.
Those teachers that just want a paycheck. Yeah. Anybody else?
Newark education must extend beyond teaching to the test, but work to increase interest in education and critical thinking through creative teaching and curriculum revision. Curriculum must be aligned with New Jersey core curriculum standards, but go further. Teachers, in conjunction with parents, must be encouraged to creatively engage the student body based upon the needs of the students. Classrooms must provide stimulating and challenging course material taught by well-trained teachers who see great promise in the children they teach.
What do we need to do to our curriculum? What do we need to do? What do other people need to do? Who needs to do something? Any ideas? Because we need a solution to that curriculum issue.
Because the whole purpose of this is how to get our students to go to college and actually graduate.
Right.
And it all starts in middle school, elementary school, and high school. And we need you guys to let us know how are we going to try to accomplish that goal by 2020.
You go to the board yourself, your parents, and if parents and students push themselves and try to vote for curriculum changes to get certain things changed, I think it will work a lot better, but people need to get more active themselves.
Thank you.
Teachers and administrators must be held accountable using data and information, including observations and opinions of parents and students. Management and unions must agree to new standards of accountability and practices to assure fairness for educators and success for all children.
So stop rolling out X new programs every year, set some clearly delineated goals and benchmarks, and stay with them long enough to see if they can make a difference. So stop attacking too many priorities. Focus and roll out a plan and hold everybody accountable.
Teachers and administrators must ensure safe, welcoming schools for parents and students. Parents, they must be seen as partners in education of their children. And to do so, schools must take the initiative to convince the parents that schools have something to offer both the parents and the students through information, activities, and opportunities for personal growth and development. Parents must advocate for their children and ask questions, while educators must welcome the parents who ask the question.
But also, as far as involvement, parental involvement, that's something that across the board is a challenge. I think it begins at the school level with having an open door policy. That's a real open door policy that gives parents access to the school, because for too long we've been hearing that it's an open door policy, and when we come into the school, we're met with almost like the Rock of Gibraltar, like we can't get in. When you have a real school, and I think it begins with the administration, it begins with the parents having the tenacity to demand, because we have to know, first of all, that we're stakeholders. We are key, not just stakeholders, we're key stakeholders, because if we start to take out, and I said this at another forum, if we start to take our babies out of the school closes down. So if we really start to make meaningful programs for our parents, volunteer programs and incentives for our parents to show that, you know what, we appreciate you, that is going to be the move in the right direction.
The school district needs adequate resources in each school and each classroom. The recent round of budget cuts makes good teaching and learning much more challenging.
As interested parties, we must insist on restoration of funding to ensure sufficient, qualified, and highly motivated administrators.
Teachers, counselors, social workers, and other support staff must properly address the academic and social needs of each child.
With $100 million, I think it could help us with our academics and everything. It could help get us better teachers, better books, more updated books. Not books that we read last year in 9th grade. And it could just help us, help our teachers get better supplies to help us get a better education.
Okay. So you think that's a need in your school? You think that teachers have what they need to educate you?
No.
No?
To me, if you add more electives, trying to broaden up the place, you still need to bring in the supplies. Because I know we have a couple like Shabazz, like forensic science and sociology. Those are one of the, they say more interesting electives. But if you don't have the equipment like in forensic science, you had to have the little crime scene, stuff like that. Little stuff like that. We don't have that, so it's a waste of time to me.
Mm-hmm. These are the things that we have to deal with. I'm really upset with Christy because he talks all this and he hasn't stepped foot. Let's try Cleveland. He hasn't stepped foot into one of these Newark schools to know what these teachers go through, to know what the parents are going through.
Well, that's what they do.
And the administrators have to deal with. They deal with a lot. Because little Johnny didn't eat last night. And Mary saw some things that she shouldn't have seen. How do you expect the teachers? And we blaming the teachers, but come on. Our teachers need help too.
Yes.
They have to deal with 30 kids in the class. Johnny saw his father get his brains blown out. Mary had to lay on the floor because bullets was coming through her window.
There's a lot of things that go on, so you expect me to sit up there and write my lesson out and I'm crying for my life on the floor? There's more to it. You taking away social workers, you taking away guidance counselors, you taking away all this funding, 77, oh, come on. We need the help here, so I understand the A and the B. But now let's jump down to business with the Z. We need Superman. Oh no, we need Zorro up in here. Cut this mess out. Cut this mess out because it's a mess. It's a mess. Thank you.
So parents, teachers, students, community, everyone, get involved in the education of our youth now.
Baby.